She's poor as hell, but she's covered in luxuries. She flies back and forth on the same airplane every day just to find a satisfactory prey. However, every time she encounters either an old man over 100 years old, or a young man who only cares about playing games, and the most annoying of all, a noisy woman. The stewardess on this flight has long been familiar with her and has guessed her mind. However, the stewardess said that she was wrong to do so, rather than give the number she left behind. When one day a big person appears, she will notify Syra in advance. Syra naturally begged for it. Soon the flight attendant's side brought good news, a billionaire showed up. Syra took out the brightest dress, in the eyes of the stewardess signaled, sat next to the tycoon. See, the tycoon did not look at more. She took the initiative to voice, to attract the attention of the tycoon, said he was a little afraid of flying, and introduced himself as a designer who returned to the United States. The tycoon also made an introduction, the two people back and forth, chatting very much. In the Syra's powerful offensive, the tycoon soon took her home to see her parents, the family. The surface of the happy and harmonious, behind the scenes the rich man's mother has long investigated the Syra. No, Syra has long dropped out of high school. She has never been to the United States to study designers, so that Syra is interested in the words of the initiative to leave the tycoon, otherwise she will publish Syra's past, so that she no longer have the face to appear. Syra, however, is not the slightest bit panicked. Tycoon is now in love with himself. Do not believe it? Then wait and see who goes and who stays. Next night, Tycoon's mother was awakened by a doorbell. Tycoon pulled Syra to announce to her, the two have received a certificate, handle everything. Syra face proud, Tycoon's mother cannot say anything else. Married into the rich family, Syra has given birth to 2 children. Every day to do is to drive a luxury car to transport the children, and the broad wife of the afternoon tea date. A high and mighty look also attracted a lot of people's jealousy. Who would have thought that now she is so beautiful and unlimited? But as a child she was born in the slums of the ugly. Even her mom wanted to vomit when she looked at her, so she suffered a lot of stares. Even if she got into a prestigious school with her own hard work, she still couldn't get the support of her family, and she had to rely on doing hard labor to get her daily living expenses in exchange from her dad. However, before she even got to school, she was robbed by the gangsters next door, and she was powerless to fight back, so she could only go to school on a hungry stomach. Luckily, she has a best friend who is close to her and waits for her at the school gate to go to school with her every day, and her best friend even invites her to play at her home, and she realizes that her best friend's home is very rich, and the house is so big that it amazes her. Her mom was full of contempt when she saw her in this dirt. As her BFF goes to change her clothes, Syra enviously says that her dream is to have such a mansion. But her BFF's mom taunts her that someone like you can't afford it in your lifetime. So are you trying to fulfill your beautiful dream by getting close to my daughter? Sierra was shaking with anger and shouted back, but it was just a joke in the other person's eyes. The next day her best friend's mom even told the teacher about the incident, saying that Sarah was trying to climb up her family to fulfill the dream of a rich family. Sarah was educated by the teacher and told to recognize the reality that no matter how well she reads, she will at best be a teacher like herself, with a half-dead salary, so don't have those unrealistic dreams. Syra then realized that no matter how good her grades are, it's useless, money is the king. She immediately took off her school uniform and threw it in the trash, vowing that she wouldn't squeeze the bus every day like ordinary people. She was going to drive a luxury car and be a human being, and the first step was to change her appearance.